Hey everybody, Dr. Kayla here with Wholesome Chiropractic. I'm going to be talking to you all about how chiropractic can benefit men, women, and children. And so I wanted to start with the pediatric population. And with that, we start all the way from birth. So the first trauma that we go through as kids is the birth trauma. And so there's a lot of turning, twisting on baby's head that can lead to that birth trauma. And then even if you think about a totally natural birth compared to a more a birth with more interventions involved and everything in between. A baby still can be adjusted. It is still very beneficial for a baby adjusted from totally natural to having more interventions involved. So just something to think about when you are having your kids. It's just great to get their nervous system checked. Nervous system check, make sure that everything is functioning as well as it can and the body can process through that trauma with them being little, right? We don't want that to stack up as they continue to grow up in age. And so when we think about growing up and aging, we also think about different slips, trips, and falls that kids go through. They slip, trip, and fall thousands of times. I mean, especially when they're learning to crawl and they're learning to walk. And then you think about the milestones of being able to talk and everything that comes with growing up and being a kid. And chiropractic can be such a great tool for kiddos just to make sure that they're functioning well. And that could be kids that are wellness kids who really just experience more of those slips and falls, where you have other kids who may be sick all the time, right? And their immune system is not very strong. And so getting those kids checked to make sure that the nervous system is functioning well, which contributes right to our immune system. And so making sure that they're functioning at their highest, and then everything in between. I mean, I can think of so many things on the top of my head. I mean, you've got GERD, you've got ear infections, you've got bedwetting, constipation, asthma, ADD, and ADHD, right? Like the list goes on, and I'll dive more into that into other videos that I'll be doing. But at least for now, kids and chiropractic is such a great combination, and it is so beneficial for kids. So go get your kids adjusted. It definitely will help. It can be of help, I should say. And then going into men, so with men, if you think about men and what they're doing, I mean, you can think about people who have more physical jobs. They could be construction workers, all the way to men that are sitting in chairs and they're doing desk work. And so all that is hard on their body. Sitting is the new smoking. And so sitting as much as working with your body can affect our body and how it functions. And so being able to make sure that your body is able to work through those different stressors is going to really make a difference as to how you heal, how you function as a whole. There's so much with guys too. I mean, that could be it could be erectile dysfunction, it could be back pain, it could be I mean, there's so many issues that both men and women deal with. It could be headaches, it could be migraines, it could be asthma as well, it could be difficulty breathing. I mean, there could be kidney stones involved, it could be digestive issues as well, right? So once again, the list kind of goes on and on of how chiropractic can help individuals, especially men too, and how to just see how it can benefit them in their daily lives. Once again, make chiropractic a foundation for men, children, and then women. So then the last one is women, and definitely last, or definitely not least, is women, and we're gonna cut that out. With women, it is so important for them to get checked. And if you've seen my other videos, I've talked about how their menstruation can be affected. If they're not getting adjusted, that could be something that could be contributing to why they are having either heavier periods or a lack of a period or anything in between. And so just making sure that moms are getting checked. But I also think about pregnancy, which is something that is in one of my other videos too. And then I think about immunity, headaches. I think about breastfeeding too, which I'll talk about in another video as well, looking down a lot more, right? Like we need to make sure that moms are taking care of themselves as well as their families, but making sure that they're just as important as their families, since I know moms can really put others first, but knowing that they're just as important. And so being able to provide the care they need for themselves and just be able to help in any way I can. But I mean, if you think about just your basics of chiropractic, so neck pain, low back pain, but this goes also into so many different things as well. I can talk about kidney stones, right? I can talk about asthma for women. I could talk about, it could be thyroid issues for men and women as well, right? So there's a lot that goes into it, but there's so much that goes into chiropractic. And with that, I really just like to narrow it down to the 3 T's. So thoughts, traumas, and toxins. Those are the big three in chiropractic. So toxins are going to be things, what we eat, what we drink, what we put on our skin. Thoughts are going to be the mental, emotional part of our lives and how we've dealt with those different stressors. And then when I think about the physical traumas, they could be big or little traumas. So that could be with little traumas, posture, that could be weight. With bigger traumas, that could be slips, trips, falls, car accidents, but also birth trauma, like I mentioned for kiddos. So everybody in our society and our population can benefit from chiropractic care, and it can definitely make a difference overall. Check out a neurologically based chiropractor. And as always, if you guys have any questions, I'm here to help. I'm not your doctor, but I can be able to at least give you some guidance and potentially help you figure out where you need to go to get the help that you need. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.